To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Welcome to our Disney Parks videos, where we aim to give you tips and how-to guides on what to do before, during and after your trip to the Disney Parks, guiding you from booking your holiday to prepping for it, and also giving you top tips on how to ride your favourite rides and snack on your favourite tasty treats. Follow along with our adventure every month by clicking that subscribe button and the notification bell. This month is all about the boring stuff, visas, passports, etc. So let's get to it. This video will be all about the stuff that you really need that you may not think of or think of checking. First off, let's kick off with passports. Your passport should have 6 months left when you travel. So as soon as you start thinking about booking a trip to Florida, check your passport will have at least 6 months left from the day you travel. If not, start your passport process now. It is super easy to do now, and even when you go get passport photos from a photo booth, they will give you a code with your image, so it'll be far quicker to upload your photo. These photos do now cost around £8, which is a lot more expensive than 10 years ago when I last updated my passport. We'll pop a link in the description of the government website to renew your passport. Before you do, you'll need a digital photo, which I've just spoke about, a credit card or debit card, and your old passport. If you have lost your old passport, then you'll need to file that and then go through that process. Now, since the dreaded COVID, getting passports have either been really quick or really slow, and I've seen people waiting months for theirs. It does say to allow up to 10 weeks for your passport process to be complete and delivered. But let's share our experiences.
We went to get our photos on Friday the 1st of July, and that's the same day we started our applications. We did mine first and then Shaq's a few minutes later. It cost £75.50 for the passport. Once application and payment was completed, we were given an address to send the passports to via text message. We had ours the following day, so it might take up to 24 hours to arrive. Luckily, we were both given the same address, but we needed to send them separately due to different tracking numbers.
I couldn't take the passports to the post office until Monday the 4th of July, and they recommended paying for special next day delivery for it, so it did cost a little bit. They said if it was sent as special delivery, then it usually gets seen to at the passport office quicker, so that all went off on the 4th of July.
We both received emails and texts on the 6th of July that said they've received the passports, but we checked Royal Mail tracking and it did actually arrive on the 5th. On the 6th though, we also received notification that the passport applications were approved. Then this is where it all changed for timings. Shaq received a message on the 8th of July saying his passport was printed and on its way, whereas I got that message on the 9th of July. He got his passport on the 11th and I received mine on the 12th. So it wasn't too bad, around 10-11 days, as we did do the applications quite late at night. As soon as we received both our passports, we then went to the next step as we needed our passports to do this.
Next is very important, ESTAs. These replace the old visas that you have to fill in. You must complete one of these as soon as you book your holiday and have a valid passport. If your ESTA is denied, then you will need to apply for a visa, which can take between 2 weeks and 4 months. So make sure to fill in your ESTA correctly. We'll go through this in a moment. ESTA stands for Electronic System for Travel Authorization. It is an automated service that determines the eligibility of visitors to travel to the United States under the Visa Waiver Program. There is a cost of $21, including a $4 operational charge, which is about £18.23. Once you have completed and been approved, the ESTA is valid for 2 years from approval date, which isn't bad really. However, if your ESTA is denied, then you will need to apply for a visa. First of all, you need to go to the official website, which we will link in the description, but it is the top link here. Double check the address matches this, as you don't want to go onto a fake one. And this is what it looks like. Notice there are 2 different options: create new application and continue existing application. So you're gonna want to click new application, and it drops down to individual application and group of applications. Now, something weird with group of applications is that you can apparently only do this if you have the same surname. I have no idea why this is, but we're going to look at individual application as both me and Gemma did ours separately anyways. So click on that. It comes up with this disclaimer. I'm not going to read it all to you now, but if you want to, then pause the video now. But we're going to select yes, I have read and understand the information and agree to the terms. Then it goes to the next section, and again you can pause to read, but I'm going to click yes, then next. You then fill in all your personal information on there, including your passport number, which is why you have to sort out your passport first. Also put your full name, including middle names. Make sure you spell everything correctly and how it is shown on your passport, otherwise this will hinder your application. The ESTA application must match the same details on your passport. I'm going to fast forward inputting this page as it's all self-explanatory and click next. It will then ask you to send an email with a code to verify your email address, and this comes through pretty quickly. Pop in the code and click submit code. Then more personal information and also a section for social media. You do not have to input your social media pages here. We didn't and all went through. Just check do not have an online presence. For some reason it asks for your parents' names too and about your employment status. Then click next and goes to emergency contact details. Fill in that and click next. Now section 5 says US point of contact information. If you're going on vacation, you may not know anyone, so what do you put here? You need to put the address of the hotel where you are staying. So Google the address, or if you're staying at Disney, go to the My Disney Experience app and to the My Resort section, and details will be there. We're staying at Art of Animation, so I'll just enter all that in, but make sure they are in the right sections. Fill in the rest of the page, click next, and then it goes through eligibility questions which you must answer honestly. Click the certification box and then next. Then you review your application. This section will show everything, and then the final bit is verification, which you need to double check your passport number. Input country and your surname or family name and date of birth before clicking next. Final section is the payment section, and there is a date you must pay by or you have to restart your application. Click the disclaimer, then pay now. You can then pay via PayPal or debit or credit card. Sort all that out and then it will go onto this screen awaiting payment. And you'll be greeted with this page. It says at the top that approval can take 72 hours, but it was about 30 minutes. I actually had mine come through before Gemma's, which was funny as we did her application first. And there we go. You can also download and print your ESTA, which I highly recommend doing just in case. I have ours digitally on a Dropbox and will download them onto our phones before going, and also have hard copies printed out.
Then something for peace of mind, your travel insurance. Your holiday with an airline or travel agent should be at all protected. If not, then don't go with them. This will make it easier for you if the airline goes bust, but hopefully that won't happen, but unfortunately delays, cancellations or lost baggage may happen. Now this is something that will vary in price and also in demand for everyone. It depends on your medical needs too, as you may need more expensive cover. So really do your homework on this one, go to different price comparison websites, but read what the cover includes and how much you are covered for. You might get a really cheap quote, but if it only covers you for £1,000 of your holiday, which for Florida won't cover much. Also, it is worth noting now that your park tickets will not be covered by your travel insurance. Only flights or holiday packages will be. So with that in mind, you will need a lower amount of cover for cancellation. We were getting quotes of £300 to £500 when looking for full cover, including the tickets, but then when reading what was actually covered, realised we didn't need that level of cover. So after searching many different price comparisons, we went with Money Supermarket and Leisure Guard Travel. This gave us £5,000 cancellation, £2,000 baggage, as well as cover for all those on screen now. We paid £79.66 for the both of us in the end, which isn't too bad considering travel insurance has gone up greatly since COVID.
Finally, if you're driving to the airport, don't forget about your parking. The longer you wait, the more expensive it will be. We checked prices of the long stay parking back in March, and then in April it went up £10, so do keep an eye out for that. Also make sure you have the official parking site for the airport you are staying in and the correct terminal. Nothing worse than parking on the complete opposite end of the airport. But that is it for this video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and check out these videos. Next month we will be looking at budgeting for meals and the Disney dining plan. But until next time.